including being overweight. So, you know. Scientifically, you cannot drink alkaline water and it makes your cells alkalytic. The closer you are to nature, the healthier you'll be.
All right, and happy Saturday, everyone. You are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. Thank you all so much for being here. We are live streaming on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and on Instagram. So, again, thank you all so much for joining us. Show topics will include the most important questions concerning being healthy. What happens when vitamins and minerals are added to our foods, and nutrients, natural sources, or laboratory products. Those are the topics that we are going to be talking about. So, Dr. Zarif, go ahead and join me here on stage so we can get started. Grand Rising, good morning, and all the things to you.
All right, I take all the things. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Thank you, Carolyn. We're going to get right into what we're talking about today. We have a really special, this is a very special day because we have changed the format slightly so that you'll be able to come on with us and speak to us, share, have enough time to invite others to come on to the show, and you are listening to the Mind of Nature. I'm Dr. Zarif, of course, and Carolyn Zarif is also our co-host. So we're going to really share with you today. We're excited. There's just a little slight curve here of as far as the learning curve, but it's beautiful because that is the direction that the world is in, and that's to, you know, be constructive, to grow, to do things differently. And we've been doing this for quite a while. So let's go ahead and get into it. Those people that are here in Instagram, thank you very much. I see that we're up, we're here. And good morning to you. I'm going to put that in. Okay, good. Just want to make sure that I am welcoming you. So when you get here, you will be welcome. Okay. And then I am also sharing. So those of you that look for the share, and then you share it so that we can have a really good show. I'm still sharing. I'm over here on Instagram. People that we haven't talked to in a very long time. I see. Um, so let's do this. Good. Okay. And then after that, you want to just send it and get people in. We already have the Warrior for Christ here, AD. He's the Warrior for Christ is here. Welcome and good morning. Thank you very much for being here. It's all beautiful. All right, so we're going to get right into the purpose. We're going to get into the purpose. If you get into the purpose, you'll understand this much more. Let me
Okay.
take a yes. There's a question.
Yes, I just wanted to make sure that we explained what was going on as far as the new segment. So what happened is I just dropped a link in the comments, and it should show up on. I think it's on YouTube. I'm gonna drop it over on Instagram as well. I'm sorry, on Facebook. So what we're doing is we're allowing uh, viewers to come up and talk to us, ask any questions directly. So what you would have to do, if you see links that's in the comments, there's going to be a section that we've added for us to have you actually on the panel with us and talking to us. So I wanted to be able to explain that. Is that okay?
That sounds great to me.
Okay. So that was the part that I wanted to make sure that everyone understood. So, all right, Dr. Zari, back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Carolyn. All right, we want to go into the purpose. I wanted to start this differently so that again we can keep in mind why are we here and why is this important? After all, is it more important to see somebody dance or you dance yourself? Or is it more important that a lot of people want to be entertained by basketball, different sports, music and all that? And I love that. But none of those things should out prioritize the importance of you. So let's talk about my purpose just a little bit as we continue with this beautiful day and this beautiful. I believe that you're going to walk away from this with a lot of knowledge added to your current knowledge. Now, at the heart, I would describe my purpose as to people uh, to understand that their health is not merely something to treat when it breaks down. It is something to cultivate every day. It's not a hobby. This is a lifestyle. My persistence, it seems to be driven by several interconnecting goals. One is to prevent suffering rather than simply respond to it. My philosophy, it places substantial emphasis on nutrition and lifestyle as tools for preventing or reducing and preventing what? Chronic health problems. And that's what we face in the United States on a daily basis. And you know which categories are higher than others, and we can do something about that. Now, I've stated before my approach to work in this, body of natural medicine. It actually it processes rather than just simply trying to overcome them. Okay. Number two is to educate people about food. My work has consistently connected health and it is connected people because we love to eat. We do use food and everything, and very well we should because it's one of the most beautiful gifts that we have. We also learn how to behave around food. We when to take it, how much to eat it. When I mean eat, when to take it, of course, I'm talking about ingestion. Some of the public materials that I describe and that describes the education as an essential part of my approach, reflecting the belief that an informed person has greater ability to make meaningful health decisions. Super important. So you're not just, leaning on me to give you the information, but this is an addition to what you already know. The challenge for destructive habits. Now, this is my purpose itself is not simply to tell people what to eat. It is also to help people understand why they eat the way that they do and to help deeply establish habits that can be influenced by health. Now, this makes our behavior change into an important part of our mission. The next important principle is to make health personal. Rather than just seeing a patient merely as a diagnosis, my philosophy emphasizes seeing the whole person. Now, this statement, a good doctor cares about people, not just their illness, captures this principle. Number five is to preserve the knowledge and pass it forward. Now, for decades, I've been teaching, writing, speaking, developing. I've been developing different health protocols and working with patients to suggest that um, this knowledge could continue helping each patient, each individual, even if that person is not personally present. Now, my public biography describes and for decades. This is we've been out here over 30 something years solidly, and even before that, as a child, I've been teaching since I've been heading as an activist since 14 years old. Why is it has it why have I been so diligent? Because diligence is often what happens when a person's work becomes connected to a mission rather than merely a job. This has always been my calling, my mission. And for those of you that have been around that long or even shorter, you have and had the choice to meet and to talk and to take notes and to guide your families and guide yourself, make better decisions. Our work has been very effective. Um, the mission appears to be pretty much a conviction to many people that can live better, they can live better lives, and understand that your body, your respect for food, your developing healthier habits, and becoming active participants in your own well-being, not in somebody's commercial or somebody else's book or all of those things. That's also explains why my work extends beyond a traditional clinical encounter. Now, my current public philosophy encompasses whole food approaches, botanical formulations, educational materials, lifestyle protocols, and individualized health strategies. If you don't have a strategy, you don't have anything. And you'll hear more and more about that. I'm going to stop for a moment. We're going to go ahead and catch everybody up to where we are, what we're doing. And so I'm going to turn it over to Carolyn.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif, and everyone here. Welcome, welcome. You're in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. Thank you all so much. We are live streaming on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and on Instagram. And Dr. Zarif and I have added a new segment to the show, and that includes anyone that is interested or would like to participate here, actually on the show. We will have a panel. So I dropped a link in the comments. I dropped it on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. So if you're on Instagram, you may be able to just like copy and paste, or yeah, copy and paste. And so let me know on Instagram if you're able to do it or not. If you're having any issues, or for anyone that would like to join us here. That's my addition, Dr. Zari.
Okay, yeah, I want to go ahead and back to over to Instagram. I just had a few people that joined us this morning, but 0024 is in the house, and we also have Sky Aim Productions has joined us. Welcome, welcome, and we also have uh, uh, Time. Wait, Tamika. Is it Tamika? Tamika Devine. Oh, I know you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're here. It's so wonderful to see you. I know you're still acting and producing great films and on stage plays. Thank you very much for being here. Let's go ahead, and I want to continue because we got a lot of stuff to cover.
I'm
Uh,
I'm
go ahead. Go ahead, Carolyn.
I didn't realize I missed shouting out the folks over here, so I will do that really fast.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Good morning to you, Shirley Gentles.
Hey,
Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello. How are you? Carolina Alvarez. Hey, welcome back. I see you. Welcome.
Carolina is back. Yay.
Hello, welcome
Back.
in. And good morning to you, Dr. James Thompson. I see you.
Dr.
Welcome,
James.
welcome, welcome. So,
Dr. James, let's do while we have Dr. James here. Sorry, Carolyn. Ladies and gentlemen, next week we're going to have Dr. James here, and it's going to be really wonderful. 8 a.m. As usual next Saturday. So thank you. Dr. James is here today too. If you might have questions. I don't know how long he'll be here, but if you have questions, he's here to entertain that. I'm sure you'll be glad to experience the results of that.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Carolyn. Sorry.
And those were my shout outs. Just want to say hello to everyone here. And again, the link is in the comments for anyone that wants to join us here on stage to give your take on the information that Dr. Zarif is talking about.
All right. Well, let's go ahead now. I want to go into a little deeper reason I'm giving you the purpose that you are here and the purpose that I'm here. Because with knowing those things, this all makes sense. Perhaps the most powerful way to express my purpose is I've been diligent because I believe that knowledge should produce transformation. I really do. I think that if you are learning and you are acting on what you're learning, that should produce transformation. It shouldn't be year after year and you're doing the same thing that you did to years even before that. Just just make sure that you aren't hard on yourself. You take a little attainable steps or attainable goals with small steps, and you'll find that you can do make a lot of progress that way. It's not enough for someone to know that vegetables are beneficial, that excessive sugar can be problematic, that movement matters, or that sleep is important. Now, all of those you've heard me go through those particular principles many times. The real challenge is just helping a person change behavior, especially when those behaviors have been established over decades. That's why so many people get offended when you talk about how they eat. They want to tell you what they think is right for them to eat, which is fine if you got enough time to listen to it, but it is about the facts. Science is the key. As a matter of fact, science was discovered to prove or to present evidence of something that works, something that what is effective. Now, anyway, it just comes back down to the real challenge is just helping just to change that behavior. And now that is pretty much why I work to or I can, my work, it can be viewed as a combination of, you can put it all together, because I know most people say, wait a minute, he couldn't be just a nutritionist. And you're right. But a nutritionist is easy for you to remember. You don't have to any long titles. And that's what I'm about. And that is included with education, motivation, prevention, discipline, compassion, and service. So all of these things together make up, or they're components of how I present to you. And after decades of pursuing that mission, the ultimate objective is not simply to have people live longer. Everybody's, you live longer. Who wants to live longer and you're suffering? That's not the point. The point is to live right now. The point is to take charge right now. The earlier you start in your families, it's beautiful being black, and black is beautiful. But black is not beautiful if you're going to eat in a way that hurts you. And the foods like we eat, the soul food, some of the traditional foods, some foods are mixed in and called cultural foods. And that was then when we were in a struggle. Today we have many well-to-do African American or black individuals that make incredible and deep pockets and should not be in the McDonald's line. We can't be a powerful nation if we keep doing the things that keep us weak. It is to also help people live better, healthier, more consciously, more independently, and with greater understanding of the extraordinary responsibility and and opportunity they have in caring for themselves and others. So this is awesome that if you are taking the steps that are important to make you vibe more, like more, get a better relationship with food, not just, this is a tummy filler, but you want to get a relationship with food that you feel better, you perform better, you look better. You see, very important. So we go right down to this. I'm going to go through a few of these important questions that you can be asking about being healthy. So, number one is, why is maintaining good health important for living a longer life, happier life, or more productive life? Well, this is the answer that I came up with. Good health, the good health allows the body and the mind to function properly, giving us the energy and ability to work, learn, move, socialize, and enjoy life. Healthy habits can also reduce the risk of many chronic diseases and help preserve physical and mental independence as we age. And usually we have, as we age, people are like, oh, you're going to forget your memory, you're going to be weaker, you're going to lose muscle, you're going to have no balance or hardly any balance. There's so many things you can't do that you used to do. But if you turn around the understanding about aging, it is just as important as the beginning of life. Every sector or every fragment or every part of us growing has everything to do with understanding yourself and valuing yourself. Don't look to the naysayers when they are talking. Don't listen to them when you hear them saying that, oh, you're going up the hill now, you're going downhill, you're not even on the hill, all that crap. Because all that does is it pushes you backward, and it gives you a more, let's call it critical or very debasing way of thinking about yourself. Very important to be around people that support you doing the things that make you a better person. Now, how does the food that we eat, affect our energy, our mood, our immune system, and the risk of disease? Now, some people will say right now they want me to throw like maybe a big fish on screen right now, and I start talking about the fish or some herbs, and I talk about which one is good and which one isn't. I start talking about some of the hybrid food. This is hybrid. I heard that we shouldn't eat apples with oranges, and all of those things. Believe me, is such a waste of time. It's just like when people want to know what's the best water. The two kind of the water you can drink is purified water or what? Filtered water. All that other extra stuff, that stuff is marketing. And the food, when people tell you that this water is better than all the other waters, then again, knowledge is the key. Stop wasting your time on things that will spook you out. You have to worry about it. Oh my God, I can't eat peanuts anymore. I can't eat any. And there are allergies, so let me not be too to speak loosely on that. I don't mean to, but I'm saying to you that there are so many things that you can do, so many things that you can eat, and there have been so many ways that people have introduced different ways to eat, what to eat, when to eat, and all that. And most of it, if you have deep pockets, they make millions of dollars off of that, only for it to fly by, just like all of the rest of the popular diets, and they end up even larger than they were before, even sicker than they were before. So keep all these things in mind. Food provides the nutrients and the energy the body needs to function. A diet rich in vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains, nuts, seeds provides fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other beneficial compounds. Regularly consuming excessive amounts of highly processed added sugars, sodium, unhealthy fats, all of this contributes to poor health and increase the risk of chronic disease. Now, chronic disease is one of the attributes, or I shouldn't say attributes, but maybe points of the eating in a certain way, or like to get chronic disease. Usually, it points to a long time that it accumulates, and as it accrues through those years, you'll find yourself like, oh my God, I'm in this stage or that stage, or if I would have gotten this check out earlier, perhaps I wouldn't be as sick. Many things that we are facing with, many things that we're faced with, look, we're waiting too long in order to get a diagnosis, to go in and get a diagnosis. If you don't like the diagnosis, you go to another doctor and you get a second opinion, get a third one if you can, and make sure that you are pleased with knowing that what you have to dedicate yourself to in order to get the best out of life. Okay. I'm going to go to the daily habits. What daily habits have the greatest impact on is preventing illness and maintaining good health. Now, it's, a lot of, look at the stores today. The stores today, what they're doing, especially restaurant places, you have people on the truck foods and the street foods. All of those, you will find that they're eating vegan food, as they say, because they're not using any meat, but they're using something to make the veggie burgers, and they're frying that, and it's on the same grill that they're frying other stuff, like other hamburgers and fish, maybe using the same oil that they're deep frying in. So many of the foods that we eat today, for those of you that are just eating food and you're just saying that, hey, at least it's not meat, but you're eating all the fried stuff, under these temperatures over 850 degrees Fahrenheit. And we talked about the trans fats. We talked about acrylamide. We talked about how you can eat certain things or destroy those enzymes that are in the food to help us to digest and to distribute the nutrients in our body. Now, how does physical activity work, or how does it help you to remain strong or flexible and functional when you age? And you will age if you are lucky. And some people, it's very hard to deal with aging. I know for me it was super difficult. For a while, I put the all the color in my hair, the tint, and my hair started getting real weak, and it was fake. So I didn't use that anymore. It took me a long time to do that, a long time. I was like, nah, not ready for that yet, won't do it. And later on, because of the people around me, especially Carolyn, Carolyn is really productive, really constructive. She's a constructive thinker, and she actually persuaded me to accept my aesthetic and not worry about it. Of course, she also expressed that she liked the way that I looked naturally. So it's good to have people around. It don't have to be your wife or your husband or somebody that close. It can even be somebody, if they're friends, that will help to support these things. A lot of stuff we do, I mentioned that because a lot of stuff that we do is because we hang out with the wrong people, and then we have these problems with, just like we have when we are in high school and junior high school. It's just like, you are being challenged by those people that are, they may be friends or buddies, but they're not people that can help you to make, very clear decisions and very big decisions about your value. And even me, it doesn't matter. I don't care how many degrees you got. You can be a thermometer, as long as you listen or learn about more about you. And this is a lifelong study, learning about you, because you are that complex. When people say, I'm simple, I don't need, that's maybe to some degree that you're not a complicated person. But there's so many things that make up the wonderful you. I want to go through one more, and that's the adequate sleep. And the adequate sleep and proper rest is essential for physical, mental, and emotional health. You cannot be on your best if you're still going to sleep at 2:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and then having to get up the next morning. A couple hours, you got to get up, you got to get dressed, you got to get back to work. You are definitely, that is a disservice to yourself. And you want to turn that around, because that will definitely affect things like your strength, your balance, your flexibility, your mood, and overall function. This is super important. Most adults need approximately 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, although individuals vary, but you know that you cannot live a healthy life without adequate sleep. Now, stress is something that is invisible, but it exists. Your relationships, your emotions, your mental well-being influence your physical health. That's a whole different thing than just saying that, I'm healthy. Mental health and physical health are closely connected. The long-term stress can affect sleep, blood pressure, eating behaviors, energy, and overall well-being. Positive relationships, meaningful activities, emotional support. Um, you're talking about relaxation and healthy ways of coping with stress can contribute to better overall health. So you have to stop, breathe, meditate, pray, be still, take long walks, talk it over, get a qualified counselor, a consultant, psychologist, mental people that are in mental health professionals, and they call themselves. They have different specialties, but it's good to have someone, and then get other people that you can talk to people that they've already talked to as a reference, so that you can get help. Do you know how many people are still walking around acting like everything is normal after they lose their parents, after they lose a close loved one, after they even hear the stuff that we have on TV today, when we see somebody, a helpless woman, like yesterday, be thrown down, or day before yesterday, thrown down and socked in the face, 18 years old, by a white cop that have a problem with black skin. All of these things are more than just, looking at, and then you just say, well, that's the news for today. That stuff affects us in a really bad way. So part of your health is to get rest, and to think about some of the things. Perhaps you can think about some of the things that you can do to help us as a nation. And we can't be a strong nation, a strong culture, if we're eating foods that are for just the struggle. If you're just struggling and still eating all of these different foods that remind you of good times, I understand that it's emotional. But you also should think about and use the concepts of what you're eating why you're eating, how it makes you feel, and why should you make a better decision when it comes to eating that food. Okay, the hog maws, the chitlins, the skins, all of that stuff. Those are foods that we suffered through. The foods that we ate as slaves, and we didn't have better choices. These are things that we made work out. And I'm sure the slaves wasn't, ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. They knew that they had to live and they had to stay alive in order to figure out this whole thing. And you had those that definitely got above and beyond the just basic way of living. They start living just like using their brains, using these different meetings. Finally, start meeting in churches, but we start putting our heads together to free us. And some people think that the more soul food that they eat, the blacker that they are. No, it connects us with experiences, the way that we felt then, the love for our families and brothers and sisters. But we have many, many tribes, meaning that we're quite different from person to person. We are not monolithic. We are polylythic, and we can do a lot of things. We're very multi. We're very diverse. So that's the way that I tie in what we're talking about right now. Is I'm thinking about, okay, how can I tie in what is really bothering me, and being black, and sharing with you those things that are very important to me, and they make a lot of sense to me, and I can tie them in with what I'm teaching you. So there it is. I'm sure we have more to say on that. Remember, silence is violence. If you don't say anything, you are not helping at all. Okay? Make sure that you speak. Speak through your music. Speak through your teachings. Speak through your going to church. Speak to your visiting, traveling. Speak in ways that you can reach people, because we have to do something, because if we don't do something about it, then we'll be challenged with even more of these ridiculous arrests and pulling people over and abusing them, wrecking families, killing loved ones, all of those things. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop right there. Let's go over to Carolyn and see what we got. Carolyn?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. And it's true, there's a lot going on in the news right now. And I think it is great to know what's going on. But then, you do have to have that balance with things too, because it does affect the way that your everyday, um, life, it can affect it for sure. So I definitely thank you for that, and thank you for the information for everyone here. Good morning. Happy Saturday. You are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist, and we are live streaming. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and we're on Instagram. So again, always thank you all so much. Have you liked the page? Have you shared the live? Let me know in the comments if you've done any of those things, because we appreciate them. And we want to know if you've done any of them. Dr. Zarif,
Let's bring up some people. How about that?
yes. So, I mean, we don't have. I have the links in there, but if we want to just kind of, for the first time, I guess more explain it as far as what it is and what we're doing. You want to
Yeah,
do?
so we're gonna send you a link, and just like if you were in the audience, or you were sitting down at a round table, you had a question or you want to make a comment, we'd love to hear that. So we're going to. You should have already received some links, right, Carolyn?
Yes, they were dropped in the comments.
Okay, so check out in the comments, and get the And everybody from Instagram, they're also able to do it.
I dropped it in the Instagram comments, so I will see if it's something that's able to be done
Okay.
uh, from uh, from Instagram. Shirley Gentle Smart says liked and shared. Thank you so much, Shirley.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
Hey, Shirley.
Okay, so I figured that would, that would take a little while, but we can introduce it and just kind of explain it and show what it would be and what it would look like, right?
Yeah. So everybody that get those the link and just come on up, they'll link and what can they expect to see?
Okay, so pretty much we'll do something like this.
Viewer's voice.
So that is a viewer's choice. The Mind of Nature presents viewer's voice. I keep saying choice. It's a
That's
viewer's
okay.
voice.
It's your choice to say voice.
So this segment is called Viewer's Voice, and then we that's given anyone a chance to come up and talk to us in regards to anything. As for sure, the topic that Dr. Zarif is talking about, or we may just have some kind of like a, hey, Dr. James, I see you. we may just
All right.
we may just have a
That's
question. Maybe there can be a question that we have. Um, and that can also be something that we can do.
Can
You know,
we bring Dr. James up?
yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let me go ahead and this is the first time we're doing it, so
Yeah, this is
uh,
history.
right, right. But let me see how I'm able to do that. Okay. See, this is why we're doing this to kind of like
Yeah.
check out and see how it would work. So I do see here. Okay, there it is. Um, let's see how this will work. I have you here in this section, and I can do it like this.
If you're just tuning in, this is Mind of Nature. We're adding our viewer's voice segment, and uh, we want you to just stand by. We got Dr. James. He's doing his ultra marathon.
I'll add them on now. Here we go.
There we go. All right, Dr. James, how's it going?
Doing okay. I'm trying to run away from the background noise.
Oh,
Uh, I haven't figured out. I see the mic button, but I haven't figured out how to mute it. It doesn't mute when I
oh,
doesn't mute. But I'll figure that out next time. Anyway, great show, great information. I'm following your advice about not only picking healthy foods to eat, but getting out there and exercising. That's
yeah.
certainly a part of it, as well as other things like you mentioned, the rest. Gosh, cardiologists now put that as number three of importance. You
Wow.
know, they say diet, exercise, and the third comes proper sleep.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
That's beautiful. That's music to my ears.
It's perfect to
absolutely.
get Dr. James in this element right here, where he's out and he's actually in the motion doing the things, right?
Yeah, I mean, Dr. James is extraordinary. Tell me if I mean in the comments, tell me if your doctor is walking and talking. Going is tell me if your doctor is just hiking or jogging. This is extraordinary. So I'm glad that we're recording this so that when you are right in the middle of your excuse, bam, Dr. James comes right out, knock it right off.
Well, great to see you all this morning. I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh yeah.
Yep, yep.
That's great.
Sweet.
That's great. We're gonna have a ball, and we have as you see, we're set up now where we can bring people right up in the audience, and this is gonna be a lot of fun. Uh-oh,
Yes.
yeah, the little I think Dr. James froze right now.
Mhm. Yes, he's walking around. Over on Instagram, I have ad warrior for Christ.
Yes.
Says yes, I've shared. Tameka Devant is my daughter, and also Butter. Um, um, Oh, excuse me. Also, Ora is my son.
Oh, Tamika Devine. Yeah, if I'm not saying that wrong. And your son's name is what?
It says also Butter or it's Ora.
Oh,
Ora
Butter.
is
Yeah.
my son. We're also
Yes.
on Instagram.
Wow. Great. Well, we welcome the whole family. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
he's
Yeah,
back.
thank you. Thank you very much for being here. All right, Dr. James. I know you had to fly into Chicago and save he just Dr. James went to Chicago and came back. That's we don't want to tell everybody. Dr. James, what do you think? Where are you? What city are you in?
Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay, there's a lot of background noise here. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's
Um, I'm just on. You asked where I am.
yes.
Oh, I'm on this 3 mile walk run route I do where I live in Sacramento. It's called
Wow.
University Park Drive. But Saturday's very popular for a lot of landscaping for these businesses. So as I escape one noise, I go into another. So bear
Great.
with me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it more exciting. That's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
The ambient sound.
Is it anything that you want to express, especially about the supplements? We didn't really get that deep into supplements because there were so many other things. But anything that you want to say about supplements?
Well, I'd only say that I hope people would take supplements for what they literally are, and that is to add to the healthy choices of food, fruit. You
Yeah,
mentioned fruit, whole grains,
yes,
vegetables, legumes. You want to add to that. They shouldn't be in place of. And I think there's an overuse of supplements. I used to be guilty of that. I think I had 12 supplements back when I was in my mid 20s, 30s.
yeah,
I was taking so much stuff I didn't need. And a lot of these supplements have various additives that really could do harm, in terms
yeah,
of dyes and various preservatives uh, uh, and anti-gel formulas and stuff like that. So I think less is more. But if you really have a healthy diet, you don't need a lot of supplements.
yeah.
We definitely need vitamin B12, and most of us need vitamin D because most of us aren't soaking up sun 30 minutes a day.
Uh-huh.
And And then we need to be conscious of those other vitamins and minerals that we may not get as much of when we don't eat meat, like perhaps zinc and iodine and calcium. But you can get those from foods. You just have to know that you need to eat certain amounts and have a consistent consumption of certain foods to get those vitamins and minerals.
Right. That's absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the main takeaway here is that, you know, more isn't better. A lot of times we say, "Oh, I feel so good with this. I'm gonna feel really, really good if I go twice as much."
That's
And
right.
yeah, it's one of those things that we can definitely improve with that. What's the latest as far as food? Any new recipes out, or and you got any new recipes you want to share?
I'm really a creature of habit, so in this world of nuances of nutrition, where you should be eating a variety of things, I have to force myself when I go to the produce section to grab something I hadn't eaten in a while, or I've never eaten. I have
Yeah,
to really remind myself because I like to press the easy button. I steam some kale in a minute, steam some broccoli. I like the brown rice, and those are so easy for me. Oatmeal in the morning. I mean, those are my anchors, and sometimes it's a little more challenging for me to get away and get some other things like maybe turnips or things like that that I don't usually eat. But variety's good for that microbiome. And so what I try to do more so is I challenge myself each time I go to the grocery store to get something that I haven't had in months or that I've never had before. And then occasionally I go to some of the foreign markets because you'll see some amazing things, some Afghanistan or various other markets out there, and you can get some different kinds of grains that you don't see in your regular grocery store. So
Yeah.
diversity is really good for your health, for your microbiome, for your immune system. And so what I encourage people to do is pick foods they like, but also explore. Because if you haven't had a food before, you don't know if you don't like it, right?
Right. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that's how I came upon the what's called dragon fruit. I think
Uh-huh.
dragon fruit is one of the most, no, it is the most beautiful fruit that I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful, 'cause you can see nature's expressions in fish. You know, the fish that are like multicolored fish, or you will see colors in the shells, and rocks, and it's just incredible. I love nature, but that dragon fruit is so beautiful. It's expensive. It can be expensive, but I'm telling you, it's something. How in the world do it's just the inside of it is like black and white with little specks. Sometimes it's magenta and with the little specks, green on the outside, but sometimes it's gold on the outside. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, and nature's coloring is just always a benefit to your health. And
Yeah.
we're in a time now. I'm hearing people say, "Well, I haven't eaten any salad in 2 months. I'm staying away from the produce." And
Wow.
that's not the answer. On cyclospora, where in your neck of the woods in Michigan, they under some serious pressure.
Yeah.
So they had 12,000 cases of cyclosporiasis. So,
Yeah.
but the answer isn't to stay away from produce. The answer is to do diligent shopping. Maybe you don't get the lettuce, but there's so much else you can choose from. And then wash the fruits and vegetables, and realize when you cook the veggies, you kill that parasite.
Yeah.
So the answer is not to just start eating more meat, because
That's right.
meat is, you're going to go down the wrong pathway with that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because they were talking about for instance, a lot of people talked about the parasites,
yeah,
and some of the cross contamination, all of that stuff, like that is still is connected with the meats and the feces that they bring the meat up in, the kill room, the freeze tank, all of those sections in the meat factories, and are just very, very and not good for the body. Did you know also that the meat companies that they kill the cows in is the highest work accident place, or place to work in the United States? People get
mhm.
cut with those the big knives, and a lot of people would die because they run into a machine. And I don't want to gross you out, but it's like you don't want to be in a job that you're going to be walking around and then not paying attention and turn to hamburger.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's true. The meat industry really contributes a lot to the bad things that are happening, because you have these agricultural farms where they spray these species in the air, and the people in the surrounding community are inhaling this stuff, and it's really, and then climate change. There's a paper by a guy named Dr. Silas Rao, who's said 87% of the global warming is due to factory farming of animals, animal agriculture. So any way you look at it, if you can eat less meat and more fruit and vegetables, it's more sustainable for individuals and society.
And it smells better. I mean,
Yeah,
when people are just preparing fish and turkey and all that, and I'm sure that they get used to it, but what they're really smelling are the herbs, the seasonings that they're putting on the meat and on the
yeah,
fish and on the fowl. So it's like I was at a birthday party, I think Saturday before last, and a real good friend of mine. She's a dietitian, but she cracked me up because she purposely said, all right, we are on our way out of there, and said, all right, remember, eat meat. She would, she that's her joke. All right, take care, y'all. Eat meat. Eat plenty of meat. That's really a friend of hers said that she called her up, and she called her and she wasn't feeling good, and she thought maybe she could tell her what to eat, and she and not jokingly suggested to her to eat more meat. She said, "Eat meat, just eat plenty of meat." So
Oh boy.
it's
Yeah.
really, some people see it in different ways, but remember, a lot of what we hear, you don't necessarily have to get in an argument about it. Just remember that there are belief systems that people won't be letting go of, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
my belief system is called science. The
Yeah.
science is what proves and shows the evidence that if something works or something doesn't work. Carolyn, how you doing over there? You look like you holding it together.
Oh yes, I'm always in technical mode. I was just looking, checking to see what my things I'm able to do. So that was it. But you guys are having a great conversation.
All right, yeah, of course.
Well, for a
Yes,
first run, this is very good, Carolyn. Excellent job.
yes, indeed, I agree.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. So we're gonna have all of those squares. We gotta get people up to, a little shy, but once we do it, this reminds me of, when people are singing. What's the name of that when people sing with the microphone and uh,
What,
American
karaoke?
Talent.
yeah, karaoke. Yeah,
Oh,
like when people karaoke at first, they get they're singing. They're, nah, I don't want to sing. Come on, man, sing. Everybody sing. Nah, I don't want to sing. And then they say, okay, okay, I'll sing. Let's put on My Girl. And then they start singing My Girl, My Girl. And then after they finish, they like, hey, one more. Can you put it? You got another song? They start naming songs and you got it in B flat. And they you can't get them off of that bad boy.
That's
And this
right.
it's the same way I think we're going to have a really wonderful
Good
turnout.
morning.
Everybody that's here, we got Dr. James right here live. Thank you for these great comments over here. We're going to have a great time. The rest of this year, we'll be building up. By the time Christmas gets here, oh man, this is going to be great. I can already see the the fun that we're going to have because we're bringing it to you. Years we've been doing, Dr. James, we've been, what, the last time we did like a clubhouse, it's been a long time. What would you say about
Yeah.
is it 4 years?
It may be. It's at
5 years?
least, yeah, 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible. Look at it.
Yeah.
Carolyn, I got to get Carolyn some. She probably slept hard, huh?
what do you mean?
You just look so stoic.
She's doing the technical thing, right? You got more. I think you got more on your mind now,
Yeah,
huh?
See
yeah.
how
Yeah, I
it'll turn
know.
out, but I'll figure it out. No worries.
Well, you are figuring it out because you still got me on here. I thought I was gone for a minute, but you
And that
pulled me back up.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
and
Well,
that
we
was
got,
me pushing buttons to different scenes,
Uh-huh.
things like that back here. So I'm just doing that.
Yeah.
so we
Sounds
want to
good.
give everybody, like, we only have about 2 minutes left before we get off the air. We want everybody that want, if you like to come in and even just show your face. Remember, you don't have to, because I've heard this all the time. I don't want to get on there because my hair. I got need some time to put my hair together. My hair, my hair, my hair. I went the. I think when we first started, one of my fitness centers in LA, that was the biggest complaint about working out. I mean, we put out thousands of flyers. We did all kinds of free shows, everything. And it was so hard to get people. We finally got that bad boy full, but it was very difficult because when it comes to the hair, some people they don't they're not interested.
Mhm.
Especially after they get their hair done. 80, $110. They cost a lot of money, and I can understand they don't want to sweat it out. But you need to find a way that you can do exercises, and if you can perspire a little bit, if you can bring up the beat of the heart more, more blood per stroke, it's really, you will find that you reduce the risk of illness, and you feel great. I feel great all the time. It's very seldom you will see me like not feeling good, because our life is great. I can't wait to get out into it, and it's a beautiful thing. Don't let life catch you without a project. Always have a project. And a part of that project is to eat healthy foods. And there's so many of them. Like if I said some beans, have you ever heard of azuki? Azuki beans, they also aduke is in Japanese, but that is some of the most tasty beans you ever taste. And then there's the mung bean. Mung beans are super delicious, especially when you're making like some maybe whole wheat muffins with it, or corn muffin with it. I'm telling you, it's super good. It's They used to have restaurants that cooked like that, but now most of the vegan restaurants are doing what the fast food restaurants are doing, but they're just doing it without meat, and that's all that frying, and that's all the high temperature baking, and the rushing of food, the cross contamination, all that stuff. Anyway, well, that's the time up. You want to go ahead and do a nice closing, Dr. James?
Hello. Okay. All right. Let me get past somebody here.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for having this venue. Let me just say that Mind and Nature is something I look forward to every Saturday. I missed the last Saturday because I was in Chicago, and I was
Nice.
thinking about it on the plane home. I said I can't miss the next Saturday. So I'm glad I not only got in but got on. So thank
Yeah.
you both. And so I love it that you have this venue and that you allow me to share in it. And I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh, yeah.
And I would just say people in or around our age group, over 40, 50s or higher, it becomes life takes a different spin. And what we're talking about every Saturday really addresses that. And I put it as the MVI. As we get older, we get more conscious of our mortality. That's the M. We get more top conscious of our vitality. Things we're able to do, things we're able not to do, things we're more vulnerable to. And then the I is independence, which you mentioned earlier about the
Yeah.
importance of independence as we mature in age. And many people, probably some people listening in, that resonates with them, because what happens when you start getting unhealthy and running into things when you're driving? You lose your independence. Kids gonna take your keys, or the police are.
Yeah.
So we're talking about thriving, and I'm so glad to be a part of this initiative, this mission you spoke of. So thank you, and I will leave it at that.
Yeah, all right. That's so beautiful, beautiful. And we're glad to definitely have you. And we're going to do this right fast. Here we go. Hey, hey. Okay. Karen, you have any closing remarks?
I'm always grateful. I'm always thankful for everyone that shows up, participate, and just for you, Dr. Zarif, as well. Having this platform and continuing to go, being consistent with it. And we're just going to continue to grow. We have Not Your Average Joe says, nice, let's continue to grow.
Hey,
We are in a
Yeah.
not your average Joe in the house. Not your Joe. That was really great. Joe did I think 30 days of getting in great shape, and he was, working out, getting up early in the morning. I don't see how he did it, because I know it's cold in the mornings, but he got out there, and he showed people how to do exercise, and a lot of fun. So check him out. Not Your Average Joe. Really, really a great show. Great guy too. Great, one of the world's greatest humans. Well, so it's really great to hear him do his thing, and he's constantly on the road and stuff. So thank you, brother, for being here. And Joe, I'm sure he's gonna be one of the people. Joe, you come up like we'll set it up for next week, man. As you see, Dr. James is up here with us. You can be up here with us. It's just using that link, man. And let's get all your people and all their people here. Let's go ahead and we can make history together. We're gonna do this together.
And
All
you
right.
do not have to have your camera on if you're not ready. Like Shirley is saying, nice, but we're not camera ready.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
so
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have
You can.
on.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. You can, if you don't, throw on a cap or throw a scarf on or something. If you don't want to be seen, you know, definitely put your what is that, the thumbnail or uh,
Picture, just a picture of you or
yeah,
so.
a picture of you is fine. Or you can have a picture of, like something that maybe nature. But yeah, that's on you. I know I've been with this other group for a few years. It's called the Back Up organization, and if one of the sisters there, it took her about 3 years before I didn't have any idea how she looked, and she showed up and she was incredible. She was incredible off, like those we call it on stage, but she was incredible even before we saw her. That's not primary, but it's something that you can do according to your wishes. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it. This is The Mind of Nature. I am Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist.